Nicholas Moreano.
Yes, look at him.
He's in Mobile. He's scouting. He's
got his sunglasses
on. In your face, sunglass haters. What's up, Nick?
What's up, you guys? Oh, nothing much. The sun here, I was talking to a few people earlier, it's kicking ass. But beautiful day here in Mobile, day 2. It's been going well so far. How's it going back in Chicago?
Well, still no sun here for 300 straight days or whatever it's been.
Popped up for a second. Let's be positive.
Yeah.
Nick, Hogue
no
was
sunshine or happiness till we figure out the quarterback in Chicago.
Hogue was jumping out of his seat this morning in the office, Nick, very excited with what was going on.
I literally was.
He was. Oh. And then there was like 3 seconds later, there was another one. So I don't know if you were doing the same thing, but give us the your most exciting moments of the morning.
Yeah, I was maybe a little bit more reserved here, trying to record some of these reps here. But yeah, there's been a lot of good players and a lot of good plays happening, continuing from the day 1 to day 2. And I try to make my focus for the first practice to watch more of the trenches and just the offensive line, defensive line. And, I have 5 players to highlight. I just want to start with this first guy who I didn't notice on day 1, but Michael Hall, the Ohio State 6'2", 280-pound defensive lineman. He had a really nice rep, you guys, against Jackson Powers Johnson, and he was able to get popped in the initial pads, and then Jackson Powers Johnson was able to recover, but really nice first rep. In the team period, Michael Hall was able to get a sack on 3rd down and was also able to tip a pass in 11-on-11s, but he was a guy that flashed, and, that's what I kind of love about these practices. You go each day maybe watching someone initially, and then someone else flashes. So Michael Hall, the Ohio State defensive lineman, was the first guy I noticed today.
He's got explosiveness. I've noticed it many times. Go ahead. You got something, Hogue? You're on your.
The reason I got excited earlier as I was watching the stream is I've been enjoying whichever team in the morning, the national team, whatever. They've been doing these one-on-one competitions right at the end of every practice, and they matched up Roman Wilson versus the corner from Toledo. Where did he go on my list? Still Quinyon Mitchell, who's a first-round pick, by the way. He looks outstanding. And I just got really excited, just like, okay, here we go. This is going to be great. And then they both fell down. Am I muted?
You were for a second there, yeah, sorry.
Okay. Great.
It's Roman Wilson, what you're saying.
Roman Wilson was matched up against Quinyon Mitchell is what I was saying. And I got really excited about it. Nick, were you able to see that rep?
I saw that one, but did you see the one that Roman Wilson had the one-handed catch falling down near the right sideline? He extended out, and I mean that was also the one-on-one.
Yeah.
Yes, that was really impressive. I mean, to lose your balance and somehow have the concentration, body control, and the ability to catch the ball with one hand. Roman Wilson's been killing it, you guys. He has been fun to watch. And, the Senior Bowl, I mean, this is a perfect opportunity to showcase exactly what he's capable of doing. And for the 2 days now, Roman Wilson's at the top of the list, I think, for wide receivers that's making the most of this opportunity.
Nick, last year the Bears were keying in on quarterbacks at the Senior Bowl. Aiden O'Connell, Tyson Bagent. Tyson ends up on the Bears. I know yesterday you saw Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham really looking at the trenches. How much are they keying in on, Michael Penix and Bo Nix? I know Bo Nix probably didn't have the best day, or at least the best morning today that he'd probably like to have.
How much? I honestly have no idea there, Greg. I haven't been, to be completely honest, watching too much of the quarterback play. It's been more so every other position because I think we know what the Bears are going to do. But, I like Sam Hartman's his accuracy, though. How he gets in and out of the huddle and just putting the ball where it needs to be. So I have been impressed with him. But, again, I haven't been paying too much attention to some of these quarterbacks here. More so literally every other position.
Yeah, and for the record, Bo Nix was really struggling today. Let's get back on track with those players that you wanted to get to from today.
Yeah, let's. Another guy that I think had a pretty good day was Isaiah Adams, the Illinois right guard, 6'4", 316 pounds. I thought he was consistent in the team period, you guys. And after some of those plays, he has this little shove to some of these defensive linemen, kind of showing a little bit of the nastiness there. And he was also a guy that when he got out in space too, you saw him, one, be in the right position, but make these blocks. So another guy that I liked, Isaiah Adams from Illinois. And actually, I think he has another teammate out here as well that was actually doing some pretty good things on the interior offensive line. So Isaiah Adams is the number 2 guy. The third guy that I liked, Leatu Latu, the edge defender, 6'4", 261, showed his ability to be hand in the dirt, 2-point stance, but the way he uses his hands, you guys, like a ninja. Has moves on moves, able to kind of get past some of these offensive linemen. He was able to do that in the one-on-ones, and then he was pretty effective in the team period when they ran stunts and twists. He just had a knack for being able to kind of split defenders, get to the quarterback. And I don't know, like if you're looking at the 4-3 defense for the Bears at the edge rusher position, does he fit? I don't. Maybe you can figure out a way, but he just has a special skill set, and especially with how he can utilize his hands to get by guys.
Yeah, and Leatu Latu is going to be an interesting guy, specifically with the medicals at the combine, because he's a guy who actually medically retired, and I think it was because of a neck injury. Ends up coming back. Now he's like a top 15 pick, but that's pretty scary to have, a neck situation where you actually medically retire and then you come back from it anyway. So that's going to have to be checked out. Also, his arms are on a slightly shorter side too. So
Tevin Jenkins light on every
I know,
category.
Big Tev sounds exactly
well, and but he looks really good. I mean, he's to Nick's point. You watch these reps at the Senior Bowl, like he's a technician. He's got some legitimate moves, but you kind of think about those things Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus has been looking for. You're going to take a risk on a guy who's got a medical history. The length, right, seems to be a big thing that they want, and I don't think he's going to have the longest arms and all this, so he might not end up being a fit just for the Bears.
Well, I love those nuggets. And the Isaiah Adams thing, Illinois, another Big Ten guy, so we got Ohio State and Illinois represented today. People love Isaiah Adams, man. He's I would call him a Flus type. I play for the guy next to me. He's a great teammate, hard-working dude. Canada too, a little odd, but different background. So anyway, keep going, Nick.
Yeah, let's add on to that Big Ten guys. Jalen Harrell from Michigan, the 6'3", 251-pound edge rusher. He was just a nuisance for left tackles, you guys. There were consecutive reps in the team period where he's able to use his speed and ability to bend to kind of get around the edge, and he just kept popping consistently. And again, that was a guy that maybe hadn't even noticed the first day, but it was hard to not on this day too, because he was consistently making plays for Jalen Harrell there from Michigan. And then they're actually going to round it out here with another Big Ten guy. I didn't even realize this as I was making this list, but Adam, you should be familiar with Tanner Bortolini, the Wisconsin center. I thought he had some pretty good reps in the one-on-ones, 6'3", 305. They also had him play some left guard at times, and I think they just held his own in those periods of the one-on-ones, obviously going against some pretty good defensive linemen. But, it's a focus for the Bears. Looking at this O-line, Ryan Poles is back there today watching the offensive line as they're going through the reps of this defensive lineman. So Tanner Bortolini, the fourth Big Ten guy that I actually had on my list today, also stood out.
The whole college football is the Big Ten at this point anyway, so what's the difference?
Good point. Bortolini, I thought he struggled a little bit yesterday. But usually you do pretty good when you draft Wisconsin centers, just as a general rule. That being said, some of these weekends, I swear I was watching the same game on Saturday and Sunday with the snap problems. So to go back and watch that a little bit closer.
He might be a little borderliney.
There you go. There you go.
Harold's got good bloodlines here. His dad played for the Lions. Just for the record, people, I don't know if you guys have heard about the Detroit Lions. They perhaps were in the playoffs and had the biggest choke of all time.
Karmapedia coming in clutch.
Karmapedia,
when
right?
the dad played
on.
for the Lions, they hadn't done shit.
Yeah. Well,
Nick, you got a chance to talk to the new quarterbacks coach yesterday. What highlights do you want to bring from that?
Yeah, so Kerry Joseph spoke for about 12 minutes, you guys, and I thought he had some pretty interesting stuff. One, he still doesn't even know where his office is going to be in Hallis Hall. So anything you ask him about Justin Fields and what they're going to do, he just doesn't even know where his office is going to be. So he's going to, once he gets back to Chicago after, this trip here at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, he'll get more acquainted with what the Bears want to do. But, some quotes that really stood out and I asked him, what does a quarterback need in terms of traits to be able to execute a Shane Waldron offense? And one of the things that he pointed to was just having confidence. Quarterback play is all about being competitive. It's about being smart and being dependable and having a good IQ of the game. And then I think my tweet that went around, on Twitter yesterday, like, what are some of the other traits? The arm talent, accuracy, delivery quickness. I think a lot of people got cut off on that, thinking like that's got to be Caleb Williams. But physicality, toughness, you got to play with swagger. So those are things that Kerry Joseph, who's been around a lot of stops, you guys, has a unique coaching experience and also playing background. That's what he's looking at in the quarterback position. But before he can even get to the on-field stuff of what he's going to do with whatever quarterback he's working with, he really wants to get to know the person. He said that he credited that for being one of the reasons why that was a nice catch in one-on-ones. One of the reasons why Geno Smith was able to, kind of resurge his career in Seattle. It took Kerry Joseph and Geno Smith to get acclimated, comfortable with one another, to then understand what they wanted to do offensively, what was going to work with the playmakers that they had in place. So that's going to be, I think, Kerry Joseph's first priority when he gets back to Hallis Hall. He has contacted Justin Fields. It was a brief phone call, and he also spoke with the other quarterbacks in the quarterback room. But that's going to be the first priority, getting to know the person. And, that's going to be through the pre-draft process as well with some of these young guys. And then you can go into the on-field stuff to see how you can really maximize the quarterback's talents. And obviously the Bears have a really good staff in place to do this now. But yeah, Kerry Joseph, I think Bears fans are going to like what he brings and hopefully what he adds to the quarterback position.
Hey, these whistles in the background make me want to just, I don't know, I'm like fired up for practice.
Gets you turned on, right? Like legitimate kind of turn on.
Not like that.
It does. For me, it does. Brags.
No, calm down.
What do you do at home with?
It's so good.
I was talking about football practice.
The whistle, the field, the outdoor, the sun. I mean, sure, there's other things in life that perhaps are an uptick from that, but not. Not all
right.
pretty close right there for me.
Carm's horniness aside, Nick, as far as like team representation there, oh my gosh.
That's why we have a lid.
Again, he
That's why we have a lid.
Hogue.
What kind of lid is that? Because it's still spilled everywhere.
All right, Carm derailing the show once again. But
just keep talking.
Nick, as far as team representation, the picture you took of all the different scouts from the Bears and obviously Ian Cunningham and Ryan Poles being there. What is it for the other teams? Is it the same amount of representation, or are the Bears packing a bigger punch as far as bringing their staff down there?
I wouldn't say that because I'm looking actually on the side where all the scouts and the teams are at, and they're all spread out. Even in that picture that I posted of the Bear Scouts, I think the Jaguars are also highly represented in that photo as well. So they're all kind of here, dispersed at different angles, and some are on the field as well. So I wouldn't say the Bears have more than other people's. It's just I'm kind of looking for those guys just to see where they're at, where they're looking, and yeah. But look, literally everybody's here. Every media outlet, every team's going to be out here scouting some pretty good talent because there's some guys that can absolutely play here.
There's 1,000 NFL credentialed employees there, not just media, just NFL employees. So Nick, if you could please break down, spend the rest of your day breaking down which team has the most.
Yes.
That would make Braggs happy.
Nick,
I got you.
Go on record right now. We'll bring it back when it happens. The one guy that you saw today that the Bears are going to draft is
whoever just made that catch in the open field. No, wow, that was really good. I have to note that. Who are they going to draft? Man, I really like the Florida kid, and I also like Rome Wilson a lot too. But Ricky Pearsall from Florida. Pearsall. He's been really killing it. But then Adam and I also we were talking about the Marshall running back. I don't know, maybe from TV coverage, did you notice him? Did they say anything about him? Because I don't think I saw Rasheen Ali in the first practice. Again, I wasn't focused on the running backs. I was trying to do more of the trenches here, but I wonder if he had an injury or something. Actually, I know Jackson Powers Johnson, he left in the individual drills at some point, and I don't know if I saw him return, to be completely honest. But yeah, so there's a couple of guys, honestly.
Yeah, Jackson Powers Johnson was back in there later in the team
Okay.
drills today. I saw him, but he did look like he was kind of limping around. If you're talking about yesterday, yeah, Rasheen Ali was. I saw him on TV yesterday, and he stood out to me. I like the shiftiness. I like the explosiveness that he showed. Sometimes with the running backs, it's better to evaluate them in the actual game because it's just you can't be tackled in practice.
Yeah.
I remember that's where I saw Sharp last year, Tajay Sharp, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You were on Tajay
Spears.
Sharp.
Tajay
Spears. I knew.
Spears
That's why I knew I was saying it wrong. Spears is still wrong.
But you were on Tajay Sharp.
Spears. No, it was not. That's
Sharp
the
was
Bears.
the other
That's
guy.
the former Bears.
Bears,
wide
the Bears receiver.
It wasn't.
Who's the running back you were on that I'm thinking of then?
That's who we're talking about.
Okay, thank you.
From Tulane.
Yeah.
He was awesome last year in the, I want to say the East-West Shrine game first, then maybe ended up at the Senior Bowl. Regardless, doesn't matter. Nick, you're doing great work out there.
Yep.
Everybody should be following him on Twitter at Nicholas Moreano. He's got a bunch of videos and photos and all kinds of stuff on there. And then, of course, he's wrapping everything up in his notebooks every single day, allchgo.com.
Hit the like button for Nick, baby.
We all silly like the mayor.